everybody, welcome to La Cocina de Tavo. Today I'm making something very delicious. This is steak and cactus with roasted guajillo pepper sauce. It's kind of like a stew, you're gonna love it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below, and you can follow me on Facebook at La Cocina de Tavo or Instagram at La Cocina de Tavo. Thank you for watching. Okay, here are the ingredients you'll need. You can find the list of ingredients also in the description box in the bottom. Here I have 3 pounds of skirt steak. Okay, you can use any kind of cut of beef. You can use cube steak, that will work just fine as well. I'm going to use 2 jars here of nopales or cactus. These jars have serrano peppers, cilantro, onions. It's also in vinegar base. It's 15 ounces per each jar. So I'm just going to use the cactus, and I'll show you how to drain that in a bit. Okay, we're going to use some garlic, black pepper, extra virgin olive oil, some oregano. Okay, I'm going to use 2 of these little cubes. This is beef stock in little cubes. So you can substitute if you want this for salt to taste. I'm going to use 5 dried guajillo peppers, 1 chile ancho, 4 tomatoes, this whole onion. Okay, and we're also going to use 5 of these little onions here. I think they're called green onions. Okay, those are the list of ingredients you'll need. Okay, first we're going to make the sauce. So we're going to roast here the chilies, the dried chilies, and you want to do it really quick. The flame is on really high. You don't want to leave it on there for too long because they can burn and then it'll cause a bitter taste to the sauce. So I would say about maybe 30 seconds in total, 30 seconds to a minute. It all depends on how hot the comal is or the pan you have. So you just want them a little bit dark. You'll start noticing the change in the color here. So as soon as they start changing the color, just take them off. Okay. So that's what I did here. You're also going to roast the tomatoes and the onion. You can choose to leave the skin on, which I do because I kind of like them a little charred. Or you can take the skin off. It's up to you. Okay, so we'll just start roasting them up here, and then we'll put them in the blender. So I started charring them here. It took about 5 minutes to get what I wanted here from the tomatoes and the onion. So they're pretty much done. You can put them in the blender now. Okay, so I put all the ingredients here in the blender just with some water. It's up to you. I want the consistency a little bit thick on my sauce once it's finished cooking. You can choose to add way more water than this and put in a large pot. In total, I cooked this for about an hour just because I was cutting close to time for this day, but I would recommend cooking it for at least 2 hours on very low heat, slightly covered. That way it can, be a little bit runny, or not runny, but have more liquid, I guess, than just having it more thicker. So what I'm doing here, I'm just rinsing off the cactuses. Like I said, they have onions, cilantro, serrano peppers. I'm gonna take those off because my family doesn't really like really spicy food. So I'm gonna take that off and then just try to get as much as the vinegar liquid out of the cactuses. So just gonna drain these off. You can also choose to use fresh cactus. They don't have those where I live, but if they do where you live, just go ahead and grab them if you want. You just take off the spiny needles and then cook them for about an hour on boiling water, and then just drain them out. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm just cutting up the onions and the green onions. So I'm just gonna cut them like that. And you can choose to add these vegetables towards like the last 30 minutes of the cook time, or you can put them in the beginning like I did. I wanted everything very soft. Even the cactuses, I wanted them very soft because even though they say tender on the jar, they're not that tender. So that's what I did, but you can choose to put them towards the end if you want a little bit of bite. I thought it was enough just with the steak, but yeah, you can do that if you want. So we're going to cut up the meat here. I'm going to show you just like a finger length there. Just cut them up in strips or however way you want them. Again, you can use cube steak if you want. You can even use pork as well. So I'm going to do this with the whole 3 pounds of the steak. Okay, now that we cut up our meat, we're going to start putting them here in the pan with some the olive oil. So the flame is on. It's always going to stay on medium-high heat for now until we start cooking the vegetables as well. But just want to cook them for about 5 minutes in total. And it was a little bit too much to put in the pan. I don't want to overcrowd the pan, so I'm going to do it in 2 steps. And then just put the steak on the side on the plate. Again, you can choose to use a large pot. If you are going to, like I said, I recommend doing it for 2 hours. I was cutting short on time. You can add way more liquid than what I used, and it'll be the sauce will be more liquidy. It won't be as thick as what I'm gonna do here. It's up to you, and the meat will be more tender as well if we do it for 2 hours. It was tender enough for the hour, but you know, I wanted it. I would recommend, like I said, for 2 hours. And if you do that, I would put in the vegetables in the last 30 minutes or so. That way they don't become way too soft. You know what I mean? That's just the way I wanted it to do it this day, and it's just how it turned out. Either way, it's gonna come out great. Okay, so once they're done for about 5 minutes, they're gonna look like this. Just put them on the plate, and then put the other meat. And you're also going to put in the vegetables as well. We're gonna cook the vegetables again on medium-high heat, like I said. For about 5 minutes, or 5 minutes or so should be done. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. We're gonna add the meat here, and we're gonna put in our sauce. Okay, so we're gonna stir this around, and at first I used the first cube of the beef stock, but I felt like it wasn't enough, so I put the second one as well, like I showed you in the ingredients. Okay, you're going to cover this, let this cook on really low heat for about an hour in my case, or like I said, 2 hours if you want in your case. There you go, guys. So it's been about an hour now, and it's really reduced down. As you can see, the sauce is a little bit thick, just the way I wanted it in this day. Don't forget to turn off the flame here, taste it if you want, so you can add more salt if it's necessary. In my case, it was fine. Yeah, you're gonna love this dish. Very delicious. This is steak and cactus with roasted guajillo pepper sauce. Serve it with some rice or whatever you have in hand. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.